Winches.
You rapping?
Huh?
It's a freestyle?
No.
Oh, I thought you was trying to, do a freestyle or something.
I said it again. I said compa winches.
Is this like one of them shows where like you say one word and then you end off with the last letter? I start with the next letter?
No, this is It Don't Make Sense. What are you talking about?
Huh?
It don't make sense.
Hi, I am Cory Ballad.
And I'm Marc Lit.
And this is It Don't Make Sense. It's a podcast. We talk about any and everything.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I took a pause. Today's topic, we're going to talk about schools. I came across this article while I was on Twitter. I know, the best place to find your news. But anyway, I was on Twitter. I found this article. I follow CNN, so there you go. So this article, it was titled, "Is Personalized Learning the Future of School?" It was by Dan Simon, and it was from CNN. The main topic that it was discussed in this was personalization for students in school. So I just want to start off talking about, like, what does that mean to you? When the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear that personalization in schools for students, like.
Well, personalizing something, I guess, would be like, becoming, more fit for yourself, I guess. Making something, more fit for the person. Like, I guess, catering. I guess that would be the key word. Catering to that person, or something's good for you, and it matches the person. Personalizing it, personalization. Right? Correct?
Yeah, making more suitable for each and every student, as opposed to, in public schools or in private schools. In the American school system, it's about the classroom. So you have X amount of students, 15 or 20 or 30 or whatever the case, to one teacher, and the teacher has a certain amount of time, and she teaches to everybody, basically, I feel like, and just one thing to everybody, more generalized,
And then personalizing it is making it more individualized.
Yeah. And so, initially, Mr. Marc Lit. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't introduce ourselves this time. Or did we introduce ourselves?
We definitely did.
Oh.
But okay, we can do it one more time if you would like.
Okay, well, never mind.
You can introduce yourself again, Cory.
Okay, never mind then. Shut up. Lit was saying,
No, I introduced myself. I'm Marc Lit, everybody. This is Cory Ballad, and this is It Don't Make Sense.
No, yeah. Okay, shut up. Lit was saying, Lit had initially read the wrong articles, and so it was talking about personalization in a different way than what this particular article that we're going to talk about today. So can you give us like a rundown of the stuff that you read in those other articles were saying?
There's one specific article I was reading. It was basically, I felt like it was the closest thing to the one you had. It was basically saying like they were going to be catering to the student, but not catering. It's basically was saying it was just trying to, I guess, teach students on a more individual on a more individual
level,
playing field, I guess. Basically, it was saying like level. That's the word I was trying to use. On a more individual level, it was basically saying that they feel like teaching is kind of connected through emotion, and so it's like you have to have like the emotion to want to learn and stuff like that. But also they feel like, when you learn something, I guess the students are learning something that they feel like isn't going to help them at all, then it's like making them kind of detour from it. So they basically came up with like, I guess, new defined learning. Like they transferable skills included reading, writing, creativity, citizenship, habits of learning, problem solving, communication. And so it was more like they was going to teach everybody, I guess, these same steps or same skills, not steps, these same skills, but it was like they were just going to be, I guess, try to teach them more on a personal level. So that way it's like they'll get more out of it. And then because that they feel like these skills are life skills, then it was going to help them learn a little bit more. I guess that was the only thing that was like the same, the two articles that they were doing different steps, and they were catering to the individual student instead of like, just being that teacher. They were trying to be more of a mentor, I guess, but they can more relate to, I guess, instead of like just a figure. Like, you come in, you get a lesson, I grade it, you go home. Like, it wasn't just supposed to be like, robotic like that. They wanted to be more personal.
It was going to be...
Which sounds a little bit better, so...
It was going to be in the traditional schoolroom setting, but, the teacher would, take time out with the different students and see which areas they could help them in. Okay. Now, in this particular article, the Dan Simon one, they were going to take this personalization thing to it was going to be completely different. Well, it was going to be, I don't know if we came to this conclusion, but from what I was getting, it was going to be completely different than the traditional classroom setting, in that the students were going to be taught, they were going to learn different things at different paces, kind of. That's what I concluded from the whole thing. Let me read what I had right here. So, about the program, it was started by this guy. His name is Max Ventilia. I don't know if I'm saying that right. He used to work for Google, and he's launching this program in California. I think it was in San Francisco, in the San Francisco area. And it's called Alt School. I guess that's a shortening of alternative schools, maybe. And it was going to be for children who are pre-K through the 8th grade. Now, how the program is going to work is, the school is going to use custom software to personalize the curriculum for the student. And the teacher would be able to, the teacher would also have some software, and they would be able to track the various students, the different students' progress on their specific, excuse me, what am I saying? The software that was specific to them. So the students on their software, what they would have, I guess they would have an iPad or what are they called?
Tablet.
A tablet computer. Thanks. And on there, they would get a playlist, they're calling it. It's of 25 items, a to-do list, if you will, for the week. And they would do it at their own pace and check it off and stuff like that. And basically, like that. A little to-do list. Now, after reading that portion of it, I thought to myself, is this going to work? Like, for the kids in that age group, is that going to work for them? I'm asking. Oh.
I mean, I feel like I was gonna answer. I feel like you can, because like at that age, I feel like when you give them a challenge like that, if you explain it, and then nowadays I feel like because like how stuff is, it's like I feel like mine is almost is progressing faster. So I feel like the children progressing faster because you're shaping them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're introducing them like learning. Like even nowadays, you got children who know how to activate phones and stuff like that and use them just from repetition, from seeing like someone else doing it over and over again. And I feel like if you repeatedly are doing this in front of the kids and giving them this. Like, hey, this is how you set it up. And then they see the other students who are catching on. Then it's like, okay. Because like, I feel like that's how it was when I was growing up and I was getting to school. It's like, I saw my uncle, he going to school and I saw how he had his class and he had different classes and different stuff like that. And so it was like, okay, I kind of picked up like, okay, when I get into middle school or high school, I have, different classes. It won't be one room and I'll stay in there. So it's like I was preparing myself. And I feel like that's how it'll be for us students. Like if they implement it now, then maybe the first class that has it, it won't go as smooth. But then as they keep doing it on their own, I feel like it will pick up. And I feel like that is better because it's like you giving yourself basically that organization skill. You know what I'm saying? It's teaching them how to organize and how to do stuff on their own, which I feel like is better. I feel like any school that's teaching you for life is better.
Mm-hmm. So do you think children...
Did I answer your question or did I get off topic?
No, that was great. You think children will be able to... So you think children will be able, like these young children will be able to manage doing the task on their own, like at their own pace and stuff like that? I don't think... Yeah, I feel like... Because I feel like the children... they have a hard time keeping focus like that, or they might not want to do stuff like that, and the teacher is going to be there to, keep them in check, like for little children like that. But you think that it'll work like that?
Well, I feel like it depends on...
I see what you're saying. It'll make...
I feel like it depends on the actual student.
Go ahead.
I feel like it just depends on the actual student because when I first started off school, and I mean this is from me, when I first started off school, I was able to come home and know I need to do my homework because it was for one, I'm gonna get a whooping if I don't. And then for two, it was I just knew I need to get this done because that's what was, pushed and pounded into my head, do your work. So I would do this assignment, that assignment, and stuff like that. And the stuff that I knew was hard and I would probably need to wait till somebody else get home to help me, I would do that. And so I feel like even as a child, it's I was still putting stuff in order on how I should do it. I was doing the stuff I could do real quick and get out the way. And then not only that, I remember how some kids or whatever, when I would be walking home, some of my friends, they'll be outside waiting on their ride, doing their homework on the wall or on the steps, the school steps or whatever. So that way they had it done before they even got in the car. And it's as soon as they get home, they going outside. And it's they were doing the stuff. And then it was they was doing the stuff they knew they could finish. Sometimes, my one friend, I remember he would always do it because he was real good at math. He would always do his math homework as he was waiting on his ride. Whenever we had writing homework or writing assignments and stuff like that, which they wasn't nothing big because I was in, elementary. It would be fix the sentence, put the periods where they go. He never knew that stuff. And so, I remember, sometimes he'd ask me for help so he could still finish. I would stay after or whatever and help him so he could finish it before he got in the car. But it's the other stuff, he could just be on it. And sometimes, if I leave, because I remember one day, a couple of times where I get to school and for breakfast, I'll be helping him because he didn't get a chance to do it before he went home and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, he'd probably be yeah, I did my homework and just do it when he got to school next day. But Yeah, and it's like even that. It's like I feel like it's a time management thing because it's like he still manages his time. Like I do this, you know what I'm saying? And at that age, I think I was on maybe fifth or fourth grade. We interrupt this broadcast.
What the hell?
For a very important announcement.
What you want now?
Shooting the Loon is lost.
Still?
He was last seen tickling the clown. We don't know where he's at. We don't know where he's at. We don't. We're looking for him. 4 months if you have seen him.
What the hell? It don't make sense.
And so it's like at that age, we, you know, us as children was making decisions like this. So I feel like now it'll be even easier because I feel like the kids nowadays, I feel like they pick up even faster. Honestly, I feel like they pick up even faster than we did.
Oh, I understand. I don't know. That might work. Also, another topic that it was, or another another aspect of the the new program is that they were going to have mixed age classes. Is that a problem? Do you think that's a problem?
I won't say it's a problem because I understood where it was coming from because it was saying in the article it was saying that he didn't like the fact that, which I didn't either when I was in school, how say for instance you were in the first grade and I don't remember what we learned first grade, but like we learned addition and subtraction. I don't know why I said subtraction. Why I said that wrong, but subtraction. I think I'm saying it wrong still, but you know what I'm trying to say. And say for instance, you only doing double digit, 2-digit numbers, and they like, oh, when you get to third grade, then you would do 3-digit numbers like 100 plus, 200 and stuff like that, and all that crap. He felt like you shouldn't have to wait till next year if you're progressing faster than everybody else. And I can understand that. I can feel that. And then even then, sometimes, how you would have children that flunk, or held back, I guess I should say. Those students weren't the same age. And I've seen kids that was, held back 2 years in a row, 3, or even how you have some students that are pushed up for a year or 2. I mean, I feel like that's the same thing just about, but the only difference is the kids that they push up, it's like they're exceeding, profoundly, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you only exceeding a little bit, then it's like, all right, you can wait till next year. And I mean, I don't agree with that, because I didn't like that. And I hated how every time I get to a new grade, they would change something. Like, at first, you get to learn numbers. 0 is where you start from. Then I went up a couple of years, and they like, oh, now we got integers. And it's like, why? Why you hold this back from me? You know what I'm saying? Like, stop holding. I felt like that all through school, right? Stop holding stuff back.
Well, that's scalping.
Changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you said what?
When I took this class about teaching strategies, they call that scalping. When you when you hold the stuff back, you gotta progress step by step. Cause you can't go from we finna learn how to count to we gonna do algebra now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they do that. That's why they do that. Okay, we got counting down packed. We got counting down packed. The next lesson we gonna do algebra. You can't do that.
I feel like some of us were ready though.
You was ready?
Some of us were ready. And I know some of us wasn't, but some of us were ready. Because I'll never forget this or whatever. Because I wasn't ready. And like my uncle, he was trying to teach me how to multiply. And I wasn't ready at all. And this nigga was just trying to tell me that 1 times 2 equals 2. And 1 times every number equals that number. And 0 times any number equals 0. But then I'm like, okay, why we get the 2 times 2 and that's 4? And like, I just couldn't understand. And it's like, he was like, looking at me crazy. And I'm like, he was just like, why are you acting crazy? Like, you don't get this. And I don't, nigga. Whoever made this is stupid. And I was actually put in jail. And I was just going mad and crazy. And I'm thinking I was like, I don't know what grade I was in. I think I was in like the second or first. No, I was younger than that. Because I think he had just learned it. And so I was younger than that. Yeah, because I think he had just learned it. So like, I had a couple of years, like 4 years before I was going to be introduced to that. And trying to teach it to me. And I'm just like, I don't understand this, nigga, and leave me alone. Like, when my time comes, I get it. And I did. When it came, like, I got it like that. Like, it was easy. But like, at that time, I didn't understand. But I feel like some people will. And the people that will, you should let them move on. You should, instead of it's like some type of jail or slavery or some type of, when you try to keep people from getting ahead. Like, why? I feel like it's no bad in letting somebody get ahead, but that's what they do in public school systems nowadays. They don't want nobody to get ahead. The system is so, messed up.
But
don't like it.
with this one, it'll be more free because that'll be a plus. That it'll be more free. That it won't have that that tight thing, because the teachers are like, well, if they're teaching a certain grade, then they might not even know how to the learning techniques or whatever that they're supposed to use to teach. I'm teaching the first grade. I don't know how to, and we supposed to learn this thing. I don't know how to teach multiplication or whatever. I don't know. I don't have any games or I don't have any cards for that. So, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for teachers too.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's like, if y'all did it as like levels instead of like, okay, or they can still do this grades. It's just, when this person is ready to move up, then it's like, okay, you know what, the teacher could even do that. Like, I understand we had, our time and moment, our period of learning when we teaching, but you getting ahead. So this way, instead of us holding, you'll now see this teacher, or you'll now go to this person. You know what I'm saying? Almost like once you get to different when you start having different periods, you go to different teachers that teach you different things, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they did it in a way like that, where it's like, okay, since they moving ahead, they won't see this teacher this semester anymore. You know what I'm saying? This module anymore. They'll start seeing this teacher because they getting ahead. You know what I'm saying? They growing. You know what I'm saying? They're not growing, but they prospering. They progressing.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a way they can do it, but it's just like they so stuck in their ways that they don't want to change. And that's how I feel like. I feel like the system just stuck in its ways and keeping people at bay, that they don't want to give us no freedom. They don't want to give us no freedom. Freedom is a myth, and I ain't seen it in years. I ain't seen it ever. What I'm talking about in years.
They were.
I ain't seen it ever.
They were trying to. When I first read this, the first thing I was thinking about was, that's kind of more like high school, where it's with the mixed age, because in high school you take classes with people in different grades and stuff like that. So it'll be just kind of like high school all the way throughout. Your secondary education. But there's also a problem of, with all this switching with the of the young children, their maturity about that, how they're gonna, if they have to go to all these different people and all this stuff, like, so with one teacher they can learn, more stuff about them, maybe about them personally, as opposed to their education and stuff like that. They can learn, more about them, their personality and stuff like that, and the children and their comfort with a person, them being younger, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like going from their parents when they start off, and then just having one teacher. They can be their parent at school or whatever, and they can trust them more and all this type of stuff.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I understand that, but I guess that would be expected more from teachers, because then you would want more teachers who can teach more things. Because like you said, you don't want them moving around as much and stuff like that, and then that comfort level. But I think that'll make the kids a little bit more sociable too. Because then it's like if they get used to moving around and talking to different teachers, I think it'll make them more sociable, honestly, Because I know some kids, like, they got to get used to one teacher, then they got to get used to the teacher. And I was when I was younger, some kids or some people I knew remember being shy. They didn't, they'd go next year, we got the same school, and I remember, that one kid that didn't really want to talk to the teacher and stuff like that, was shy. And then, towards the end of the year, it's like they just got, more acceptable to them. And now they got to move on to another teacher. And I feel like that'll help. I feel like it's all good, honestly. I don't feel like it's really a lot of bad perks to it. But I don't know, maybe because, growing up, I feel like that's what should have been going on anyway, So, I guess because it's what I wanted, in my head, it's like, this is all good. If it was something I didn't want, then of course I'm going to pick up all the bad things out of it, name something I don't like. I'm trying to think of something I don't like I can't think of nothing. I don't know why. I don't like being slapped because it hurts and your hand is touching my face and most people's hands are dirty. So it's like, I come up with a lot of things about that. But if it was something I did, I like food, because food is delicious, keeps you alive, gives you energy, and it's healthy for you. I'm going to find all the good things about it. I ain't going to say nothing bad about eating food. So that's how I feel about this article, what they come up with. No, I do got some bad stuff, but I'm going to get to that later.
Okay.
Yo, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Shun Alone. Shout out Cory Ballad. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Marc Lit. You know what I'm saying? It Don't Make Sense podcast. Check us out on the Cory Ballad YouTube. That is CORYBALLAD. Yeah.